still smell their stench in the air. Now where shall I point this one? This may have to match one of the doors. That did something. The sun. Any cost. strange place. Reeks of death. I wonder what secrets I will uncover here. Drag marks. And blood was shed. But only a small amount. Were the victims still alive? Only moose males leave ashen footprints like these. One set larger than the rest. Sigrun and Halstein. Whoever did this, I will see that there is a price to pay. The wounds in their chests. Identical and cauterized. I've seen nothing like it. It's unnatural. Whoever was here made it a point to occupy this space. More elven symbols. Whatever was in this wall sat undisturbed for many ages. Until now. Ace sought to enter this vault and unlock its secrets. But before she could do so, someone beat her to it. That being led a group of moosmouths here. Sigrun and Halstein were likely prisoners among them. Injured, but very much alive. The dwarves were taken to the center of this chamber, where it appears that some sort of ritual was prepared. The orchestrator came for the ancient elven object built into the wall. Possibly even used it in the ritual. Is that what led to the dwarves' deaths? The Muspels then left, taking the object with them. But the purpose of this ritual of theirs remains a mystery to me. That sigil. I think I glimpsed it before in Eitri while I searched for Baldr. Perhaps we'll find some answers there. I should be cautious around here. Locked. There are 3 inserts. culprit searches for a Jotun and a Muspel subject to complete their work. Muspels killing Muspels. The culprit was deciphering elven runes. Something about the binding of only the most powerful Hugas. Writings on the ritual. They are performed at night. There's emphasis on something called a salakar. My elven is rusty. Vessel of souls, I think. Is this the object from the vault? There's much secrecy about the culprit's affairs. Only she and Surtr are aware. Marked here, along with a second location. Another ritual site, perhaps. You're light on your feet, Asa. Following me now?
You've become quite useful, Aesir. My gratitude for opening the vault. Now tell me, what happened there?
I'm following the stink as it rises. As are you. Care to tell me why that is?
Days ago, Sinmara ordered my best warriors to the vault without bothering to inform me. I've not heard from them since.
Well, you're casting your suspicions at the right people. Whose quarters are these?
His name is CALDER, an adept in magic. Or Seidr, as you Asgardians sometimes call it. This place is where he practices it.
Whatever he's doing, it is not Seidr. At least not as I know it. He is using something called a salakar. It's part of a deadly ritual. And from what this room tells me, the dead will continue to pile up. Dwarves, Jotnar, Muspels.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You wouldn't. Your stepmother despises and distrusts you. Your father only the latter of those, for now. But in time, thanks to her venomous whispers, he may come to hate you as much as she does.
This is a lie. All of it. Your twisted attempt to pit me against them.
Sift through the mesh yourself. No other truth lies within.
Where are you going?
After the salakar. Whatever it is, your father needs it. It may be the only leverage I have to get my son back. CALDER marked a place on a map surrounded by waters just northeast. If he's planning another ritual there... If he's planning another ritual there, I may be able to understand what value this salakar holds. This roof should give me a clear view.
If you see any more of that fire, boss, hey! Time! Come on! Troll hunt, man!
They would. CALDER, with your permission, we will now return to Asa.
Soon. I have need for you still.
Asa's warriors. Where do they fit into all this?
You are one of our captains, yes?
A duty I share with 2 others here.
I thought I saw something in you. Stout, resolute. Step over here.
Sigrun and Halstein were 2 of the most revered sons of Ivaldi. If such prestige is a requirement for these rituals, then Calder is surely luring that Muspel to his death. I wonder if there's a way I can observe the ritual up close. I need to approach Calder without him taking notice. Perhaps the best way is with deception.
Join me, chosen ones. Together, we will. Who among you will hold that distinct honor?
Let us see.
No! Mind the Salagar!
Let me kill him!
Kill them!
Calder fled northwest. Asa snapping at his heels. He can't have made it far.
Blaze with me! Feed the flame! Burn, maggot!
Asa chased after Calder like a rabid hound. Though he is no helpless rabbit. Besides what I find of this pursuit. dared stand in her path. Several wounds. This one put up a fight. Briefly, I suspect. How hard was he knocked into this rock? Most likely dead upon impact. No other bodies on this warpath. He was the last to die. Asa caught up to CALDER. His warriors moved in while he pushed on. But Asa tore through them like a whirlwind. The trail of the dead reveals a direction. CALDER's too. And most importantly, the Salakars. They are headed west. Svartálfaheim with them, and Freya wonders why I have always refused to take her on a tour of that scorched dunghill. Two sets of footprints. One is stretched, like someone fled. The other closer together, uneven and lined with blood. They were hobbling, perhaps. Asa and CALDER fought here. Blood was spilled. Asa and CALDER fought here. He gained the advantage. Foolish girl. Asa, your rage makes you vulnerable. She's hurt, but not enough to stop her. Looks like she followed CALDER up that hill. I should not be seen in this area. No sight of Asa or CALDER. Only these curious yokes and buffoons who stand in my way. They should run, but they won't. There was a cart here, and track marks leading to it. restrain someone. Ace's spear. Abandoned. Did CALDER and his minions finally best her? The dead stag up. For these muspels, RAGNAROK came early. Asa chased CALDER into this camp, leaking her lifeblood, blinded by rage and utterly reckless. Looks to have cost her too. She came crashing in, mauling whatever half-wit stood between her and CALDER. Those half-wits fought back in numbers. Injured and disarmed, she was overpowered and restrained. CALDER then had her tossed onto a cart like a sack of turnips. Looks like they fled up that path. What is it CALDER plans to do with the little princess now that she is his prisoner? Surely not. These tracks lead west. I must find CALDER and the Salakar. For Baldr's sake. Is this blood Asa's? Or is she still proving too much to handle? I paused here for a moment before continuing. Most likely to resecure Asa's bonds. Even in her sorry state, I imagine her to be quite the handful. She even bested me. Temporarily. Perhaps Baldr did not approve of my methods. What cruelty I must perform on his behalf. He and Asa, they're young. Pure of heart, but lacking in logic. One day they will grow up and see life as I see it. In the meantime, they must rely on me to ensure they live long enough to achieve that wisdom. And so, I do not have the luxury of being... I hope I'm not too late. They made a turn here toward the river. Asa!
Is that you again, mad one? Come to tempt fate, I see.
I do not die this day. Can you say the same?
Yes. You've proven once already how you like to strut around, unencumbered by fear. Perhaps the Salakar did not give you an adequate taste of it.
Enough of this blithering. Hand over what is now mine, or shall I just take it?
To know fear, we must be subjected to it. When I am through with you, I will take Asa's willful Hugr. Soon after, the Salakar will be complete. Then, believe me, you will know fear and pain. Just like your son. Surtr was surprised when I presented him with his own daughter's empty corpse. I will make sure he knows the truth. Such a desperate, feeble man. seeing what was underneath. What purity! Full and true! Level fell far in his case.
Why is Surtr collecting hookahs? What does he mean to do with the Salakar? Tell me!
Why do you aim to finish my work?
Ask yourself how much you care to suffer in these final moments.
Do your worst.
You are wasting your breath. He will not tell you. And he won't have to. His secrets are known to me now. You want them? Move aside. Move aside, or I will destroy it.
Traitor!
Traitor? It is you who are slaughtering your own kind.
What I do for Surtr!
Such devotion requires a strong hugr. All these Muspel sacrifices, you needed only look inward. Was he right? About you wanting to complete the Salakar?
Surtr will not trade my son for something he cannot use.
So you will see it through? To what end? How many lives would you take?
For Baldr, I would drain all 9 realms. Even Asgard.
The words of a dreadful king. And a selfless father. It is the one thing that separates you from my own. You wish to reunite with your son. I wish to see my father's plans lie in ruin. No matter the price. Can you see both through?
I can. But I will need your help. The Salakar still requires the hugr of a suitable Jotun. CALDER never found one. I must get hunting.
Do as you will. In the meantime, I'll join my stepmother, wherever she may be. I will try to learn how the Salakar fits into my father's plans. Under the guise of a contrite stepdaughter, of course. Keep it. I will need a way to find you when it is time to confront my father.
You and this bauble share a bond. I set out to use you to my advantage. It ends with me in your debt.
If it were not for you, I would have never known what my father was capable of. He used our people. Turned them on each other. For his gain. I cannot forgive him. And to that end, I am your ally.
In Asgard, an ally is a friend.
Let us not get carried away.
Which of these dwarves can help me find a suitable Jotun? Perhaps if I listen to their chatter, some fount of wisdom will reveal itself. I should return to the shelter. Perhaps the dwarves there can aid me in finding a Jotun worthy of the Salakar.
Misery here. Come to humiliate us some more?
Help me, and I'll compose you a saga so exalted it will endure Ragnarok itself. But first, I need a name and a place.
For what?
For whom? The mightiest Jotun in all of Svartálfaheim.
We know the one. Right hand of Suttungr. Malviga.
Here because of us.
She is worthwhile.
Gave your son Vidar quite the beating once, didn't she?
One day, Vidar will make me proud. But why would Malviga care about you two?
Premier and Lom aren't our real names. Allow me to introduce Fjalar and Galar. The ones who killed Suttungr's father.
I heard something about him trying to outdrink a couple of dwarves. And after, befuddled tripping and breaking his neck.
Suttungr wasn't happy. Held us responsible. But luckily we'd acquired some mead. Some special mead. And well, Suttungr is partial to a bit of mead. We bartered it in exchange for our lives. Except afterwards, some thieving twat went and stole it.
Loki, most likely. It's always Loki.
Whoever it was, Suttungr didn't catch them. So he decided to take it out on us instead. Sent Malviga to hunt us down. Been incognito ever since. Can't trust this lot not to sell us out.
Still, she hasn't found us yet.
She will. Malviga's dangerous prey, even for you. But we can help balance the scales. Our old house, north of here, sunk in a lake. Inside, upstairs on a table, you'll find a cup of great potency.
Cup?
You know, the cup.
Oh yes, the cup.
Has the power to do wonderful stuff. For instance,
So, I bring you the cup, and then...
we show you how to use it against Malviga.
It's a deal.
No one wants to hear our saga.
What? We're giants.
Death may have to carry us into the next